Mental cast, boys. So I got myself, Christian, Gage,
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Austin. Wait, shit. I am Mr. Chaos.
I are Mr. Chaos.
I are.
You have to have the wrong grammar, my guy.
I are Mr. Chaos. Yeah.
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 Austin, you gonna say something?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's him. That's a retard.
We also have two other members, but they're kind of sleeping.
Yeah, it's 12:40 a.m. So
They're about to school night my ass.
yeah, it's our first podcast and they didn't join us.
Yeah, I know. Kind of. I feel the disrespect coming from them.
I'm not gonna lie, this is our first fucking podcast with like our 6th attempt.
Yeah. We did record another one, but
There might have been some bozo that's not here. Might have forgot to connect his mic.
yeah.
Or how to
so
connect it.
It's an hour.
Yeah, you can just hear us laughing and talking to a ghost. Kind of going around Instagram, some guy got like arrested or something like that because in like some type of like store, there was these he was pretending that he was shopping, but when these women turned around, he went over and bent down like he was doing, but he was just smelling their ass. It's so weird.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it was, and they had it like they posted this security footage onto the internet. So you can just see him. He's like pretending to shop, but also trying to get away to get over to them. And when he gets a perfect chance, he just goes over and smells her ass and walk away, and didn't get caught.
Were they hot though? That's the question.
And the footage that I seen, you can't see the people. You just really just see behind them.
That's boring though.
I mean,
You see a guy sniffing ass?
yeah, you're just smelling their ass.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's so
Is that
weird.
video?
Yeah, on video. Well, on security footage video.
Did he get a video of their ass though?
No, I think he got arrested too. Though.
I don't
Bro,
understand
where's
why
the
would they-
video?
I don't understand why they would smell it though. That's what
Yeah.
I don't get.
Oh man, I got
Yo,
some
what are
weird
you,
things.
why are you
Shit,
sniffing ass, dog?
And
How
just-
down bad are you? That's like Aaron level.
Go on
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Anyone listens to this, this to be our introduction kind of type pilot.
It's so tough, but
Yeah.
go with it.
and
Go well.
and we also did buy a camera recently, so we could record IRL footage.
You mean Christian bought a camera?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bought a camera, so you might be doing IRL content, so
And
Yeah.
if the podcast does good, we can always do this every weekend, or just every week in general.
yeah.
Well, if
Most
our,
likely weekends, like
Yeah.
Saturday or Sunday. We could do gaming content too.
oh, true. I mean, I
If that's
I
what you guys like,
I definitely have a gaming channel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's if the viewers want a gaming channel. You know?
True. Yeah, we could also do face cam podcast too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I do have a
Well, I would need to get one then.
yeah. I mean, depending on how high of a quality do you want. Yeah, that's pretty much
Just
it.
let us know down in the comments some shit what you want us to do. So we'll do
Or-
anything.
Or I could also make a Twitter account and you could just tweet at us.
Yeah, we'll make every account. We'll make a Discord server,
Well, that
a
is true.
TikTok account, bro. Instagram, anything. Snapchat. Do all that.
I think Beaner will be pretty good at owning Snapchat.
Yeah.
I got you guys.
Austin, you should explain to anyone that would listen why we think you'll be good at running Snapchat.
So,
Well, they don't need to know that.
No, there's a part that I think Austin should speak on. Maybe.
Yeah, Austin, why are you so good at Snapchat?
Yeah, Austin.
What do you do on Snapchat?
No, not that part. Austin, can you explain to us about the part where you spent money?
okay.
On Snapchat.
No.
There's Snapchat Premium.
There is, but you didn't spend it on Snapchat. But you spent money on something to. Okay, Austin, you.
It's the OF?
No.
No, that's Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I bought one too, so he's not the only.
Yeah, I know how you're speaking. You didn't do it right. You spent the same amount for only 500 gems.
Ooh, okay. But I'm not gonna regret because it was only $5, but I
You
don't
should have
even
what I got. I gave you unlimited for like a week.
for
And it was only
okay.
7.
Okay, it's some random app that you pay, and it's basically kind of like a Tinder dating app, but for minors. And it's not really for dating, but it can be. And it's kind of weird.
Use it.
And you have to have
What use
these.
it for?
I don't know how Tinder or any of those dating apps actually work, but on this app you have to use like these like purple gems, and each person, if you want to like add them, I guess you could say, you have to use 10 gems, and every 24 hours you only get like 100. So you're pretty much limited, or the only way you can get more is by spending money. And Austin likes to use it, so he gets more Snapchat hoes or people.
My Snapchat.
So you can get so you can talk to people. So you spent $8. It was weekly, but I don't think he actually continued the subscription to add people. I spent $5 on it once. But it was in the moment, you know. I was having fun, so I did it. I kind of did it for a meme, you know. It was in the moment. So yeah. But Austin here, I don't think he paid for it at the house. So I think he did it in his free time. I think he did it in his free time and spent $8 to add strangers.
I wish I had that much free time now.
He's getting the hose, you know?
Yeah. Bro, he's getting that snap score all the way up.
I don't want to talk about how
even
much
use
I went up.
Yeah, Snapchat's pretty ass. I use it for like maybe like 5 people I started a streak with, and now it's pretty high, so I don't want to like give it up.
You started a streak with me.
Yeah, and I started with you because you're Austin, so I had to.
Yes, sir.
But
And I don't even use Snapchat.
I remember you had one before.
Yeah, for a little bit.
I
Like
don't know.
a week, I think. A week tops.
Yeah, I don't, in my opinion, I just don't think. I guess because Snapchat is pretty like a trending app, and not a trending. It's just someone everyone uses, but I don't understand it. Like, there's so much ways you can communicate with someone, but just because Snapchat you have these like, you can get a score for
Filters or
sending.
something, yeah.
Well, I mean everything has filters. To be honest, any app you use has a camera has filters, so it's not.
Yes.
Like even Instagram has filters you can use too, and there's probably like apps you can download just if you really want to filter that bad. But I guess it's more easier because I guess it's right there and you can just send it to people on the app. But you don't need to communicate with pictures. It's just kind of weird in my opinion. And like you have a score, and you have like when you type some like on your account, everyone has like a snap score, which is kind of weird. Like the people that actually have 1 million snap score have no life. They have no future, no life.
Yeah, and half the pictures they send are like a black scroll, like their shoes or like half of their face.
Yeah.
You don't even show anything cool. They just like take a picture of random things.
And
Like the sky, just take a picture of the sky. And
yeah.
leave it at that. They don't even say anything.
I mean,
Like I don't get the point of it.
yeah. Just so
I don't know
you
what
can
you
have.
guys do, but it's just what.
Alright, yeah. So
Oh.
I just sent a picture. I just sent the few people I do streaks. I just sent a picture of my monitor.
Yeah, you're like, what's even
Yeah.
the point of that?
I mean, the only people I have high streaks with is just like, well, I said it's only like I only have like 5 people I actually do with it because I hate the app, and like the longest I have is just like Aiden, because we have like it's like over it's like 200 something. It's like 200 and like 20 or 30 days or something like that.
That's not over a year. That's under.
Oh, that's my bad.
A year is 365 days.
sorry. I don't. I have
you
a hard
go
time.
online. You have an online school, so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. I do go to an online school. My cyber school right now, I have. I don't know if you. I don't know. A little angry. Last year, my cyber school, like, I don't know if it's for all cyber schools or maybe just like mine or I don't know. Last year, it's not. You don't have to join the live classes, so I never did. And then your work that your teachers hand out from Monday to Friday, you don't have to do them, and they just all have to be done before Sunday. They have to be done by Sunday at midnight. So after it starts Monday, it's technically late. So you don't have to do any of your week for the whole week, and you can wait till Sunday to do all your work, which there won't be that much assignments. for each class. There'll probably be like 4 or like 3, depending on the week. So much for each class. So it's not much. And then you just
Well,
it's
how
pretty
many classes
simple.
do you have? How many classes do you have?
Well, you have your basic English, math, science. I have. I've had to talk to my teacher about it. I have some like finance class, which I'm not doing. I have this other class that's all I have to do.
Well, I told you I can help you with that class.
True. I could just look up the answers or that if I really need help.
All on YouTube. If you're doing the same thing I did in my school,
Yeah.
it's all on YouTube. So, yeah.
True. And without that, there's also what is it called? I have finance, and I have this like some goofy class. It's a cyber school. It's nothing. There's nothing you do that's physical, and I have a physical nutrients class. It's like physical and like there's like it's like nutrients and all this other stuff. That sounds kind of weird, kind of gross. But
I mean, it helps you.
True.
Helps your body.
It helps my body, but
You only have like 7 classes. Is that all?
I'm trying to think.
I have 10 classes.
Well, I might have more. I'm just trying. I have a picture of my phone with my classes on.
How long are your actual classes though?
Well, I think they're.
Like, can you join the Zoom, but you don't join? But
I think if I was to join, it's like 45 minutes, maybe longer.
mine's like 75.
Well, isn't that?
45.
Also, I thought they
I
were.
thought you guys were changing.
Yeah, I think you guys were
Yeah.
going to like a block schedule or something like that.
Next year.
Next
Oh,
year.
next year. Oh, well, you're not gonna be in school next year.
Well, yeah, I know.
It doesn't really matter then.
I have my classes up now. 'Cause I can actually say I have math, English, health, fitness, and nutrients. That's one class. Independent study, which I don't know why I have that. It's as a cyber school.
That's
Yeah, but I'm in
Technical.
cyber. But it actually says there's assignments in it. There's 17 assignments for this
What?
semester. Personal finance. I don't know if it's a class, but another class is called Senior Success and World History. But my one thing that, well, with how I did it last year, how I didn't have to have join a live class, my there's some classes now that are actually you actually have to join for scheduling, which I based the last like what is it, like 2 or 3 years I've been basically having summer the whole time because I only have to worry about school Sunday. That's when I did all my work. Now I actually might actually have to wake up in the morning. And all the work still due on Sunday though. I just have to wake up early, which I don't like doing. I like to stay up late. What about you guys?
Me? My sleep schedule? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like, do you like to stay up at night or like you just really like to go to bed somewhere early?
Depends.
We have to get up at 6 o'clock.
Depends if I have work.
Oh, that is true.
Well, I don't work Monday and Tuesdays, so I'm usually up on those days.
What would your guys' sleep schedule be like on a like summer, no job or nothing? You just have a free day.
I'm there sleeping.
Whenever I go to bed.
Yeah.
That's it. Whenever I go to bed.
Well, that's kind of how I like it, but I also do enjoy having a night though because I like the night way better, especially because I also work. Just getting up kind of late, or not late, like I go to work at 6, so if I would get up around like 5, it gives me an hour to get ready. I go there, I work for 4 hours, and then I come home, and then I basically have the whole entire night to myself, and well, these two stay up with me for a few hours, or sometimes longer than a few hours. And then I have the rest of the night to myself, and then whenever I feel like it, sometime in the morning, I'll go to bed. Like around like 7 a.m. or before, a little bit later. And then I go to bed for however long, and then wake up again for work. So
I like nighttime though. It's just like way better.
yeah. Well, it depends.
I don't have to talk to like anyone in my house.
that is true. That is true.
It's just me, you know.
Well, yeah, that's why I like it. I feel pretty free, you know. I mean, even going outside at night is kind of way better than going throughout the day. Some roads are pretty sketchy at night, but besides that, nighttime is way better to go outside too.
Yeah, if we didn't have a curfew, bro.
True.
That would be great.
Well, also, with that, like, all, well, we could talk about that. I mean, I don't, these two weren't there, but because of curfew, I don't know if we're anyone that would listen to this. I don't know where you guys would live, or if there's a curfew for everywhere. I got in trouble for being out past curfew like 3 times, and I've never actually got in trouble. It's like a cop will stop and just be like, yo, you can't be out here. Every time, the person I walk with, every time we see a cop or even see a car light, he literally runs, and I really care because the cars they drive. Well, people drive up there, so not every car you see is gonna be a cop. And I think it's one time, he was so positive with a cop. Apparently, he's seen the side of the car, and we were at the high school, so we ran up these stairs of the high school. We were hid behind these bushes, and it was just like a jeep, and it was just like a jeep turning left onto the road. So he just went down the hill, and because he had like something with the law. Or no, we got in trouble before again, but a little bit before that, which he said it was our last warning. If we got caught again, he's gonna write us a fine or whatever it is, our charge that you're for being out past curfew. But no, it's something in the moment. It was pretty fun. Well, not fun. It was kind of. Oh no. Okay, I just have autism, but there's other. No, I want to leave that in too though. But that's fire.
I think I understand what you said, bro.
There's also this one where I was walking with the same person. I mean, I just say his name's Aiden, and I mean we could always have him on the podcast at some point, too. But we were because this area there's a high school near where our high school is near where he lives, so I just go up to his house and then we walk around there, or just around the high school. We don't really do it no more, but we did. And behind the high school, it kind of like curves around. Well, it's a big high school, and then in the back there's a shed, and there's also a back road behind it. And we seen a cop go up the hill, or he was coming into the high school, on the road above. So, and we heard his car coming down, and the only car that goes in there is a cop. And there's the shed, and it's kind of like when they're turning left, we would have to walk around it. So we kind of follow the car, like, as he's turning, we're walking behind the shed, walking around it. And it's like, his car would be right in front of the shed. So as he's turning, and I think he's trying to look for us, because he did see us, and we were going up that way, so I think he was just trying to catch us. He was turning, and we were walking around it. And then as soon as we got around it, we had skateboards too, because we were skating there. So we ran basically throughout the whole high school, the back of it, the skateboards, to run as far as we can, so he didn't see us or was trying to go look for us again. And I mean, it's kind of hard to explain it, but it was just pretty fun running. Well, actually having a possibility of getting caught and running away from them was kind of fun. But do you guys?
It'd be honor if you got caught.
I mean,
go to jail, break some walls, you know.
Get charged and things like that. I just fix some walls, start working out in the gym, playing basketball.
Go black.
Start a gang. Make a shank. That would all be pretty fire.
I was about to say, bro, you better not say that last part.
What last part?
You're gonna say something about that shank. What are you gonna do with this shank?
I gotta guard myself.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be in jail. What I've heard from movies and stuff. You'll be the top G in jail.
Just give him a slip gym. That's problem solved.
Oh my! I think we should explain that. So Christian went on this break. No, Christian went on his break, where he didn't talk to us probably for like a year. Well, it was mostly, I think it was throughout.
It was like last summer.
Well, yeah, it was basically sometime during school you stopped talking to us, and then and
I guess you could put it that way.
Yeah, and then like the last month of our summer break, Christian started talking to us, and me, Aiden, because we talked about him, and Christian, we were all hanging out, and Austin couldn't because he had work that day, and also he has a lot more restrictions than with his parents about going outside and how far you can walk, and and we met up with him. It's first time seeing with him in a long time.
It took like an hour to meet up, first of all.
But we had to walk it most of the way. Oh, we did have to walk. We walked to your
I
house.
was in my house for an hour. You're like, alright, we're finally leaving now.
Oh, was that the different time when we did actually had the camera and stuff? That one time?
I heard about before.
Oh. Well,
I don't know.
You went to Aiden's house for some reason.
yeah, that was a different time. That was a different time.
No.
I'm positive. That was that one. It was like 7 o'clock we came to your house because it was a different day. It was a different time. 'Cause I think Aiden actually came to my house first this day, and then we just walked straight to Christian's house, which Christian's house is like a 45, 50-minute walk for where
No.
I live.
Like it's like 30 minutes.
No, it's not. Maybe
your house-
actually,
A gas station. It's like
it's like
10, 15.
it's like 10 minutes. But then the rest
Yeah.
of the way, that's probably like another. I'll say that's definitely
15
like
minutes.
a.
Like 30.
I'll say 20. I'll say.
So it's still 30.
All right, fine. He got me boxed up, but yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive.
It's like 30.
I mean, not.
Yeah.
I mean,
20
yeah,
minutes.
I mean 30.
Driving.
I mean 30-minute walk. And when
Yeah,
we
30 minute walk, yeah.
when we get to his house, he finally comes out. Well, I call him, he doesn't answer, and that's what I was worried about. He wasn't actually. He's gonna scam us to not come out. And I call him, he doesn't
No,
answer.
I called and then you called and then I went right out.
Yeah, and then he went outside, and his brother comes outside and says, "You guys want to ride?" And he rode us like.
Yeah, he asked me to drive. He
Yeah.
wanted me to drive. I
Uh,
was like, nah.
And he
I
basically
was
just
gonna kill you guys. It's
yeah.
gonna be your last day on this earth if I drove.
You haven't drove yet, and you're doing your permit. Isn't your permit over now?
Yeah, I think so.
Getting off topic, but his brother basically drove us down the road, not even, and he dropped us off, and he dropped us off at the quarry that was kind of near his house.
I mean, yeah. Oh, we went to the quarry first. Yeah.
And we went on top of the quarry, and then went to the bottom where this lake was, and walked around for a little bit, and then said, "Yo, we should go to
there was
Weiss."
really nothing to do, so.
Yeah, and then we said, "Let's go to Weiss." We get into Weiss. Christian buys 10 these big, like 6. I don't know how big they are, but these giant Slim Jims. He bought like 10 of them. and we were seeing Austin there, and we were like goofing with him. But Christian bought.
Our 2 other friends too.
No, Austin wasn't even there yet. Austin was there like after we were actually leaving finally at Weiss. We spent probably like 2 hours at
When
this
we were
place.
buying the first batch.
Yeah. We were probably at this place for like 2 hours.
When aren't we? We just look around and just like fuck around the whole time. And this is the job you work out, by the way. This is the
Yeah.
job you work out.
Yeah, basically
Fuck around and just
me,
go.
Austin, and Aaron all work here. So 3 of us all work
Except for
here.
me, everyone except for me.
Yeah. And we go in, and Christian buys, after walking around and talking about stuff, and then we actually buy these.
For at least an hour we were walking around.
We go outside, and Christian is saying hi to every person that walks by, and asking if they.
In the store too.
Yeah, and then he was.
Yo, what up, baby girl?
And then he was asking everyone if they want a Slim Jim, and there was this one girl that came outside, and she was probably like, she was a little overweight, and she was walking.
Yeah, just a tad bit, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
and Christian goes, "Yo, girl, you want a Slim Jim?" She ignores him, and he says it again. She just keeps on walking, and her car. Basically, I don't know why she would do it, but they're basically parked at the very end of the store, like the opposite side of the store, basically the exit. They're parked at. I have no idea why, but she walked all the way out there with her car, and she had another.
she went to the Dollar Tree, the place.
Oh yeah, and
So she walked out of that store.
with the whole cart at a Dollar Tree, and she was parked next to her like friends or whatever. And I guess when she got over there, she told her friends, and there were 2 other like girls, and these ones were skinnier. And and one had like this like light blue dyed hair, and she looked pretty goofy.
No clue what they looked like. I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah, I just remember that one girl having like this light blue hair. It was goofy. And I guess that fat girl told them, and they both walked down to us. And when they were getting nearby, Christian yells, "Yeah, you guys want a Slim Jim?" And they said, "Hell yeah!" and took one from him and ate it and walked away. It was so dumb. And I think when Christian noticed that he can actually get someone to actually take it.
Some girls, bro.
Yeah. And so then he was saying, and that's like, I think that was like one of our last ones. And after he noticed that, he's like, yeah, we gotta go buy more. We're making a profit today. We're gonna start selling these. And we went back in. Christian bought another 10, and we went through our friend's line. So it took like another like it took like 10. Yeah, it took like another hour just to finally get.
There was a guy in front of us, right? Like. Oh wait, no, that was another day.
Yeah, they were just basically they just kept. There's a lot of people in this lane, but we went to go through his lane. You know, we could have went to self checkouts, scanned it pretty quickly, and went back outside to sell more or give out free Slim Jims to people that are going to go shop in a grocery store. And we as we're walking, Christian is still saying hi to every person. I mean, every person, old people, like young people, no matter how old they were, he was just saying hi to everyone.
One person called me a goof. So.
Yeah.
An old lady. So.
he was even asking some of the like, I guess he said like moms probably in their 20s or 30s if he can get their number. I think he did for one at least, or he called someone cute or something like that. And
I tried to get this girl's phone number when she was with her boyfriend.
So dumb.
She was mad hot, bro.
And as we're waiting in line, like when we're about to finally get to the end, some guy comes behind us, and Christian's like, "Oh, you want?" Yeah, and he goes, "Hey, you want a Slim Jim?" And him and Christian have a conversation how the guy never had a Slim Jim, and his like wife whatever would never let him have one.
No, he didn't give it to his wife.
Oh, yeah, and then he'd give you
Yeah,
like.
take my Slim Jim. That's what he said.
Yeah, and then it.
My man, no. My man had an open box of ice cream sandwich.
This guy didn't he have like 7 or like 8 of boxes?
Like of different ice cream too. It wasn't like the same one.
Oh.
It wasn't just ice cream sandwiches. It was like drumsticks and some other shit. But one box was already open. He was just eating. I don't know what he was eating. I don't know how he did that. Wait, can you do that though?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're paying for the box, so if you open it, I'm guessing you can.
Yeah. So we basically did a trade-off. That's what we did.
Yeah, the guy gave him.
And then he gave me a fudge popsicle. It was gas, bro.
And then after Christian got those, we walked back outside, and it's hard to explain. All right, we live on. I don't know. Yeah, I can't to explain it. Well, we live like 30 minutes of a walk just to get to Christian's house, and then we had to walk back out. Well, then we got to the quarry and then walk to the grocery store, which is probably like another like 10-minute walk from the quarry there. And we walked inside the quarry, so so far me and Aiden and Christian only walked a little bit so far, and me and Aiden walked a lot though.
So far.
Yeah. And then after we bought the second batch, we're like. And we after we got outside, there was actually this lady that gets waited for the bus outside on the benches, and she was smoking weed with these headsets on, and she was probably like 40 or something like that. And Christian was like, "Hey, you want a Slim Jim?" And she took off her headphones and goes, "Oh, I thought you were just talking about I thought you were talking about something about the weed smell." and then she says no, she doesn't want a Slim Jim. And then she goes, if you don't mind me asking, do you guys are asking people for Slim Jim in a sexual way, or are you actually giving out Slim Jims? And it was so funny. Yeah.
Not in a sexual way. Don't get to us already.
Yeah, first podcast canceled.
I can't hear not speaking a word.
You're just here for support.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
up.
I'm just in case, like, I'm the bodyguard.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, after all of this, we're like, oh, we should probably just start walking, or just go somewhere. So decide to go farther out into this place that we're out, farther out than we were already, and
The west side, yeah.
yeah, more like just going out more and more, and at this point, we're in a town, like we're basically in a small city. We're like,
you are at the point. Then.
Yeah, and
I got lost.
And this was probably like going from where the grocery store we were at to here. It's probably like another. Actually, I don't know. It's pretty far. We went to this gas station. Yeah, and then we went to another gas station. We walked so much, and this probably like probably like another. This we've been walking so much by now. We're carrying bags of food, and Aiden, our friend, bought these like bag of like cow tails, and he's just throwing them at Christian to try catching them.
I legit dropped every single
Yeah.
one. I think I caught one. That's it.
And we're going like the back roads too, and it's kind of, I mean, it was during the day, so it wasn't sketch. We go into like this small gas station. We're all like hyper, to be honest. We're just laughing at.
That are by each other.
Yeah, and that was after this. Oh no.
No.
No, I think that was actually first. Yeah, we started walking, and then Christian just laid in the middle of the road because he's starting to get tired, and just laid down in the middle of the road.
It was a one-way street.
Yeah, and then we were just taking a little break, and then we walked more, and then we went to this first gas station, which this gas station, it wasn't, I don't know, it was kind of weird. It wasn't weird. It was just pretty small, and it was like a little convenience store, basically. I mean, isn't that what a gas station is? Just a small convenience store.
Probably.
Well, yeah, we went there. We also got like a drink, and there was like this little like bridge kind of had like a little had like water kind of a little bit of water flowing under us. We sat there, we drank for a little bit after walking, and then we start walking more through the city, and there was these guys. I'll probably say they're probably like maybe like 21, 22. That's at least my guess. And when we're buying these drinks at the first gas station, I don't know what I said this before. He goes, "Yo, do you guys know where any weed is? We cannot find weed." Like Christian's telling him, if he had some, I would give you. Yeah.
If I had.
Yeah. And then,
I don't condone smoking though. I would never.
I'm pretty sure, and these guys were also driving like a white van, too. I don't know if it was white, but they were driving a van, and we start walking more. We're like getting, this place it's a small town, but there's so much like light stuff. It reminds me of a city. That's why I call it a city. It might be. I don't know. I don't think it is. It's basically just a town.
Yeah. When we were walking, we were just fucking with people too. So.
Yeah.
People that were driving cars and people that walked.
Yeah,
just fucking with them.
Every time someone would drive out their car up, and he would say hi, and they wouldn't say anything, and Christian would start getting mad and calling them like dumb and well.
We didn't see these two girls that we yelled across.
Yeah, and it was like they were so far apart, and Christian goes, "Yo, you're cute." And
I couldn't see them, bro.
yeah, and then they yell back, "No, you," or something like that.
I
And,
said you too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this
Took me a
guy's,
while to hear that,
and because they're that far away.
though. They legit were crossing the map, bro.
That's true. And then there's also those guys that was in that store asking us for weed that they drove by again in the van, and Christian's yelling at them, and they're waving and beeping their horn at us. We just keep on going. We don't even know where to go at this point. We're just so far. We just want to keep on just walking in this area.
Like that big guy.
Yeah. And we went to this house his house had like this railing that was going uphill. His house was like, and then this rail was not cut off. Like you can still go under if you would want to, but I don't know how to explain it. And we stopped there for a second, and like Christian,
Top bar. That's
yeah, and Christian like dropped like a bottle. Oh no, Aiden dropped his like Gatorade bottle, and Christian came over and punted it, and this guy's house right next to it, so it slammed into his house, and the guy was outside, and he was looking over at
Really
Christian,
think I was outside.
and like how it fell, landed in this mint bush, and the small like it had like a lot of like flowers growing, and it had like it landed into the mint bushes, and the guy was like, well, what are you guys doing? And then and Christian just goes, "Oh, my friend dropped his water bottle." As it just got punted into his house, was loud. And Christian just goes, his water bottle fell. The guy just said, "Okay." Christian walks around the rail in front of this guy because he had to walk in front of this guy to get to it. To just go pick up the water bottle. And the guy, Christian says, "Oh, did he say, oh, this smells good or whatever?" Or what did he say?
Your friends are fucked up.
And the guy was just like, "Oh, it's just the mint leaves," and he was like, and the guy goes, "Oh, you can just eat them." And Christian's like, "No way!" And he picks a leaf off because the guy said he could, and eats the mint. And,
Gas, bro.
yeah. And the guy's explained to Christian. Now the guy came out mad, and now he's completely fine having a normal conversation with Christian. And
It's just what I am. It's just what I do, you know.
and this guy goes, well, yeah, you can legit just rip this out of the bush if you wanted to, and you can go and you can just bring it to your house and garden it, and it will just keep on growing. And after it just got ripped out of the ground, which I don't know if that's true. It could be true. And
I think it is.
and he goes, and the Christian's like, oh, that would be fire. The guy comes over and rips it out of the ground and gives it to Christian. We have this big stem of this mini bush of just mint leaves. We go up the road after we're done talking to him, and we're just kind of just finding it funny how we just had this conversation with this guy that was just angry, and now he's happy and gave us a mint tree bush after punting a Gatorade bottle into his house. And we go up the road, we're like, oh, we need a plant right here. We're gonna come back tomorrow and go look at this bush. And we plant it in the ground, and it doesn't even stay up. It falls over.
Yeah, it was so tough.
And we just start, and after planting it, we're like, oh, mission accomplished, Mr. Beast video right here. We just planted a tree, saving the environment, and we kept on walking. We get a little past that, and we're like, oh shit, it's getting dark out. We're pretty far out. We should probably go back now.
Whoa, is it like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, and it was getting dark out, and I was thinking in my head, we walked back. Half the roads we had to walk were just basically just pitch black forest roads. And the one is, and it was actually pitch black when we had to go back. At that point. And this hill also, this place, the hill to get to where we're at is this big, giant, steep hill. And also probably should know what we're talking about without saying the place. It's pretty steep. And we're on this hill, and we're like, after I make out, we're on a different hill now. We're thinking, well, where are we at? We don't even know how to get back. We thought we can keep on walking straight and then go out somewhere else, but we couldn't. So we went to the snap map, and then
Yeah, we had a Snapchat map.
and then we had to see where we are to get out. And we basically had to turn around more, go up more hills, and then go up that steep hill. And Christian's still saying hi to random people. And I think there was like this family coming out of their car. It was like the mom and these two little guys, these little kids. And Christian goes, yo, you guys play Fortnite? It was so dumb. Or maybe it wasn't Fortnite.
I like his cut.
Yeah.
I like edgy, and then he said, I don't even know what he said.
I don't think he said anything. He just looked at you.
And he almost got hit by a car.
But this whole thing,
ran into the road, bro. Almost got hit by a car.
and like we keep on walking. Christian's jumping over these trash cans, somehow clearing them. There's like tall these trash cans, and Christian just full sending and just jumping over them and clearing it.
Yeah, bro.
I feel this
6 foot.
is also missing out a part. There's one where you walk through the park in the area, and there's a track field, and Christian and Aiden both ran around the track and stuff like that. And there's like a family there, and they're like their kids too must play soccer, so they're training. They were going out to the one that was going to outrun with the other kid, and the other kid was out practicing soccer with his mom.
Yeah, I asked him to run with us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you asked the dad. The dad was overweight too, and Christian's asking him to run with him.
He's trying to be mean, bro. Trying to squat up.
Well, at this point, where going back to where we were, Christian's jumping over all these trash cans, and we're just keep on walking, and it's getting darker and darker, and we're already tired. Our feet hurt. We've been walking so much, and time to the road that we were. I just didn't walk through it if it's pitch black. It's a road on the forest. It's basically a forest road. I don't know how to explain it. Just covered by trees, for most of the part, and it's just completely dark out. There's no lights. There's not a single street light on this road. Pitch black. And well, we're already at the point when we start walking on it, so we just said there's no going back, so we just start walking on it. Pitch black, and we're just walking and just talking more about how dumb this day was, and we just keep on walking straight. We get to.
We also were talking about our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, we're discussing.
Like, I think we came up with like living life, right?
Yeah, and I was disagreeing because I don't think we should have a statement as a YouTube name. That even isn't. That's a statement, right?
Yes. That's a motto, I guess.
Yeah. And I just think as a channel name, that shouldn't be that should be a channel name. But I think eventually I think later on in the future I did finally just agree with it because everyone said it was fire. So I'm not trying to be the Debbie Downer. Yeah, we have.
Do it. So.
And this whole day we thought it was so like funny and scut that we should just start a YouTube channel. That's why we're talking about it. We didn't even buy the camera yet. We just were discussing it, and we just thought it would be pretty fun to keep doing this like every day that we have a chance. And like after.
Even though we don't have much time, but.
Yeah.
We work.
Yeah, and we still bought the camera even though summer's basically over, and we're gonna have to go to the prom.
Basically.
It basically it was. There was like less than a month. I think it was,
I think we're now.
Oh no. Yeah, I think there was like a less than a month, or there was a month before school starts, and then we're like, oh, we should buy a camera. And after we go up the road, we're finally back. We're at the grocery store, and we go back in, and it started to pour rain.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
We're by like this other place, like
This dollar
store.
Yeah, dollar store. It was
Yeah.
a different dollar store.
Yeah. It was like an Ace Hardware.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it started fucking pouring.
And
our one friend, Aiden, he was so scared about his iPhone.
his
like,
iPhone 13. He's like, oh, almost $1,000.
He's scared of some water, bro. I think it's waterproof anyways. So.
I don't know about that, but it's in his pocket, so
No,
she.
it's not.
It might be.
It's iPhone 13, bro.
True. Either way, even if it's not, I don't think rain's gonna destroy it. And and at this point, we wanted to shelter under this like, cause they have like a little like roof kind of thing that's hanging over from the Ace and stuff. So we just sat under there to wait. Cause then I went onto my phone to see how the weather is, and it said rain was stopping a little bit, or like in 5 minutes. It said it was gonna slow down, or it was like gonna start drizzling soon, or it was gonna stop. And we waited 5 minutes. We look at the time. It's supposed to be stopped. And then, like, oh, we could probably make it now. It's pretty slow now. As soon as we said, okay, we're gonna go, it just started pouring again. There was like a whole gallon coming out of the sky, bro. And
This
like,
was at like 10 o'clock too, bro. 10 o'clock.
no, it was like 9 because the grocery store was still open. Because then we went back in, we were like, oh, we should probably just go. We're hungry and we're thirsty again.
No, it was like 9:30. Wasn't it closing in like 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was getting pretty late.
There was like no one there. There was some. Oh no, that was a different day. These fucking retarded kids.
Yeah.
On the car.
Oh yeah. Well, we explain that then. Also was actually there, so he can actually explain it. Or he can also join in the conversation because he's been quiet this whole time.
I'm watching TikTok, dog.
Did we even go back in the store?
No, we did. And also, by the way, when we're back in the store, Christian's still saying hi to everyone. Everyone's like came with cars, and us three are coming in soaking wet. We're just drenched, complete like covered, like our clothes are wet, our everything's wet.
I wasn't that wet actually.
True.
I wasn't that wet.
And Christian's still saying hi, and there's one kid. We're waiting in line talking to one of our friends, a different friend actually this time, that's also cashier. Cashier, and waiting in his line talking to him basically. I don't know if we even bought anything, or maybe we did, but I think I bought Pringles.
What was I gonna buy that? Peppa Pig thing. It was like
No, it was like a balloon.
$15 or some shit. Or a balloon.
Yeah.
$15.
We're still in the line just talking, and I think I bought Pringles now. I do remember that. I remember in the aisle when I was buying them, Austin was in the aisle, so I was talking to Austin for a little bit. And I was explaining everything that happened. And as we're in this our friend's line, Christian's, like I said, Christian's still saying hi to everyone. And there's one kid that Christian said hi to. He's probably like 16. My guess, 16, maybe like 15. And Christian goes, yo, what's up, bruh? And the kid goes, oh, yo, and he goes to go dab Christian up, and he goes, yo, do I know you? Yeah, and Christian goes, and the kid goes, do I know you? Christian goes, I don't know. He goes, oh, why are you dabbing me up? He's like, yo, you're so retarded. And he's like, it just kept on, he walked away. And he was like,
He was so mad, bro.
Because someone said hi to him.
I said, nah.
And
He's like, do I know you? I'm
Yeah.
like, nah.
And then after, like a little bit after that, then we just left.
Did he come back in?
Yeah, later on we left. Our friend said that he came back in, and he asked him where we went.
Or that retarded?
Yeah, and I also forgot to say, this whole day I'm surviving on no sleep. I didn't sleep that day. 'Cause I woke up the night before like at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. So I was pretty much awake. And I think after I woke up, I didn't get to bed till like 12 when I set my bed just on my phone. So, and I think after that I drank, it was like probably like midnight, and I drank a gamer sub. For this whole day, I'm basically no sleep, walking all this like so far out, and I have like no sleep, and so we keep on going. We're pretty far out. I mean, no, we're not that far out now. And Christian wants me to stay at night at someone's house. I don't feel like it because I'm tired. He's trying to convince me to stay at someone's or what?
It was that day. I don't
Yeah,
think it was.
no, it was. It was afterwards. I was so tired and I'm just so slumped, and I just wanted to go home and just go to bed. And Christian was like, "Nah, no, we should stay at our friend's house." Oh, Aaron, that's the catchy we were talking about, and that's the place we want to stay at. And Aaron was texting me after we left and saying that we should just have some play Nintendo Switch or like Mario Kart. And I can cut it out, but Christian got cracked.
Oh my god.
And we're trying to play Nintendo, or we're trying to play Mario, and Christian doesn't know what's going on.
Just remember what you're gonna talk about.
And I'm like falling asleep because how tired I am on Aaron's couch, and I didn't even want to do this. And we're trying to play Mario Kart, and on the newer ones, if no one played it, or may played the older ones, I don't even know. You could like mod your car. You can like pick like the wings, like when you fly, and some wheels, and you can choose like
You're same to Mario Kart 8, I think it was.
yeah. Then see Mario Kart, and Christian's, like I said, he's cracked. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Christian
I was not alive, bro.
Yeah.
I was in a different universe.
Alright, we're all sitting there. I'm falling asleep, like I said. I'm on this couch, slumping and falling asleep, as wish I can just go home. Aaron's just coming out of work, so he's kind of hyper and was waiting to play. And I don't know about Aiden. He's just tired because he's been walking all day. And we're all got our card picked, and it's just Christian. And it's been like 5 minutes, and he's still trying to figure out how to choose his card. It was so dumb.
I had no clue what I was doing. I was pressing like every single button. Nothing was working. I was trying to move my mouse around, my joystick, and just nothing was working. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. So.
Bro,
I don't even think it was on. Not gonna lie, bro.
No, it was, but you were just bugging.
Oh.
I think he was complaining about the drift, but cause I brought mine so we can play with more people, because Aaron only has 2 controllers. And for some reason my controllers have like this drift on certain games, and one of them is Mario Kart. So, and Christian's trying to drive, and he's just on the right of the road the whole time, complaining how he's drift.
Was it actually drifting, or was
No, it is, because I was experiencing 2 of my controllers.
I thought it was losing it, bro.
And then we go upstairs to his room after we got done playing, and Aaron had these 2 pillows on the ground that was propped against like this heater, and I sat there to go watch it on my phone because there was nothing to do, and I fell asleep, such in a bad position. And I was slumped. I was completely dead. I was falling asleep, and
Playing VR.
yeah. And Chris was playing VR, and I
What
think
game was it? Like this time game.
yeah.
That had
Oh, super hot, maybe.
yeah.
And I think
Pretty hard, bro. I couldn't pass like the 3rd level.
I don't know about some point, but some point Aiden left, and so it was just us 3.
No, he went to the bathroom, never came back.
Oh yeah. And we did not sleep over at anyone's house. I just fell asleep for a little bit until everyone wanted to go home. Until Christian wanted to go home. Aaron started to play his PS5, and Christian's playing his VR with his PC, and then at some point Christian is just going with his VR, and he says he wants to go home, and it's like 12 o'clock also, and Christian has to walk far out into the dark, and using the darkness to get to his house, and it's I don't know, it's
Time that you scammed me.
what?
It's the time that you scammed me.
What did I scam you later?
We went. I bought you a drink at Turkey Hill. You were gonna walk with me.
No,
Right.
no.
Never did.
I didn't even walk to Turkey Hill that day. We walked straight down from Aaron's house, and I turned right to get to my house, and you walked the other way. Do you not remember?
No. But I had no clue what was happening that day. Like at night.
True. But yeah, then I basically went home and fell asleep. I guess that's how it ends. For that story, at least.
That was a wild night, though.
Yeah, that whole day was just cracked. No like drugs. It was just cracked. It was.
Bro, I had no clue where that flower pot went, by the way.
Oh, it's at Aaron's house.
Oh yeah, it is. It's
Yeah,
on-
I guess I didn't bring it up. When we were leaving the grocery store the second time we got the batch of another 10 Slim Jims, the second time, there was this car pulling out in front of us. We had to walk in front of them. They had a car window open. That was like a younger guy. Well, I don't know. He was probably somewhere in his 20s, let's say. And his girlfriend was in the car next to him. And Christian goes, "Yo, you want a Slim Jim?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." And the guy, and he just says, "Oh, for free?" And Christian just goes, "Yeah." And he just gave it to him. And it was like the last one. And he just kept on walking. And after he finally got to pull out, when he had to drive by us again, he was like, "Oh, I feel bad just for taking it." He gave Christian this little this suction cup flower pot. And Christian was
like glass or something.
yeah. And then when Christian put on the sign that we would have to walk past when we were getting back, and he grabbed it. And then when we got at Aaron's house, he put on his like mirror. And I don't know if Aaron still has it up, but
Knowing him, it's not up there.
actually it might be. He probably forgot it was there, to be honest. Well, that's basically the whole entire story for that day. It was like Christian said, it was a wild night. The whole day.
It was like a month ago.
Yeah. Holy.
How long have we been recording?
Right now, 57 minutes.
57.
More.
That's a long time.
That is true.
We
Well,
could end here, bro.
could end.
First thing.
I kind of wanted to explain that one night that we came to house to get that camera and I got trapped on the road. But
Oh my.
I got. Or should we just say that for a different podcast?
I don't care.
I guess this one might not be as long. I guess it just adds on, and we're probably gonna have to cut stuff out, so this won't even be 57 minutes. If we'd even end it here. Well, basically, after work one day, I get out at 10 p.m. and I went out to Aiden's house, and Aiden wanted to get the camera after we finally got it. Because Aiden likes to do like photography basically, and it was like nighttime, and he wanted to like take pictures of like the moon or something. And Christian had the camera, and like I said, like we were talking about before, it's a 40-minute walk, and there's basically only one path you can take, which there was a different sketchy road. The one that Christian had to take back, I was saying before, and this road is sketchy. One night there's also next to the quarry. That's in front of this road. There was one night I had to walk home from work, and me Aiden came to my job too, so he can walk with me. We both looked to our right. We couldn't see it because it was nighttime, but we both saw this thing, and we see a lot of deers, but you could tell what a deer outline is. And I'm pretty sure we both thought it was. I still think it is. I'm pretty sure it was a bear. It was just chilling kind of near us. He was just eating, but there was a bear near us. And this other and the other side to our left, that's right next to us, the road I'm talking about, that sketch. There's two quarries next to each other and like slate places. And there's like this pond, there's like trees covering it, so the only time you can see the actual water if it's during the day. And it's pretty sketch. Like the one time I was walking, it sounded like there was someone burping inside of it. There's no one back there. It's like there was people like it was like someone was burping. It's like the only way I can explain it. And so we walked this road, getting to Christian's house. We finally get to Christian's house. We get the camera. We was sitting in front of his house for a little bit, and we start walking back. And then we get to this one end of the road, and cause Christian came with us because he said he wants to walk. Well, we said we need to walk for a little bit, and he didn't walk far. So basically, we get to the end of this road, and Chris said, "Oh, let's turn around now." Aiden didn't want to go back to walking home, and I said I would. So Aiden kept on walking. I walked with Christian to the end of this road, basically, and then he made I could see his house where I left him at, so it was pretty much clear to go home. And I had to walk back by myself, pretty far from my house, and it's starting to drizzle. It's like midnight at this point, And when I was leaving, there's this really weird house on this corner. There's like and there's a little patch of grass between it, and there's a whole bunch of like this person has on their front of their fence, this wooden fence, these like millions of stop signs, and I've never seen people out. The other time I went by, which not many times by this house, does not look like there's a human life form in this place. And randomly at 12 o'clock, there's just a lady, like probably I don't know how old she is, but she was just sitting in the grass, and it's drizzling outside, it's wet, and she's just sitting in this little patch of grass, sitting down, and she was like looking at us. That dude walked by, and Christian didn't even notice her. I did, and I'm sketching at this point. Like I'm like, bro, this is just weird how she's just nursing life form out here. Now there's a random lady, kind of old lady, just sitting in wet grass, and I thought it was some like witch stuff, bro. I was getting sketched, and now
Yeah, it was like 12 o'clock at night.
yeah, and it's raining, and well, it was just drizzling. It got worse a little bit after, but I start walking back. And this road, it has like street lights. There's like a baseball field next to it. There's like a pool place, I guess, or it's a gun club. It's called gun club.
Yeah,
Oh.
gun.
Oh.
Gun is.
Oh well, yeah. And as soon as I basically left, I went to go with Aiden to see maybe how far he was out, because I wanted to know if he actually like was how far it's out, so maybe I can meet up with him, or he can stop where he was, and I can just run down the road and he wasn't that far out. But and when I was calling him, he was calling me at the same time. And when he answered, he's like growling and like yelling, and he goes, "Holy shit! There's something in that woods." Right, I heard that burping out a different day. He said He said it sounded like, what did he say? He sounded like something was like stomping, like like Bigfoot. So he explained it as, and yeah, and he said as soon as he heard it, like three deers ran out of the woods real quick. And like that stuff, and deers don't stomp like Bigfoot, so it couldn't have been those deers. And Aiden was like out beside of it, so he could just run a little bit, and he's completely past it. I have to walk through it still, and I'm like, hell no, I can't go the other way. Now there's a witch if I want to go back to Christian's house. Not a witch, I'm just joking, but she was probably like a nice lady too. Like I'm not calling her stuff.
You should make fun of it now.
Yeah, now I feel bad. No, I'm fine. There was just an old lady sitting in her grass that I feel weird to walk by. And I'm another way. Bigfoot is on the other end waiting for me. So I'm sketched, and it's raining. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. And the only thing I decide to do is call my dad. But I bitched out. I don't want to lie. I cried. I don't know. I was pretty sad. Yeah, but my dad came in clutch and picked me up. And it was like 5 minutes. I was waiting from this baseball field. Getting rained on, just sitting there, and that was pretty much it. I mean, it might not sound that sketch now explaining. Now I'm thinking about it, but when I was actually there,
You were there, bro.
yeah, I thought I was doomed. I thought my dad wouldn't come get. To be honest, I didn't know. My dad was answering. I thought he was probably gonna be nowhere near by, so I would have to wait there for a long time, or I would have to just walk home.
If that was me, bro, I'd sit on the ground and start crying. Bro.
There was houses behind me, but I'm not gonna knock on their house to ask for a ride home. Or I didn't want to sit on their porch either, because I feel like it was weird just be sitting on their porch, or they would come outside or something. So I just kind of sat on the road as it rained from this baseball field.
Think about it, the old lady had to go back inside.
True. Either way, the only place I could go to.
Unless
Yeah.
she was an active witch, bro.
At that point,
She's behind you right now.
oh, I see her. Oh. Ah! Well, yeah, that's true. I could close my eyes and just walk through the woods.
Yeah. Just keep walking straight. Don't even turn.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I don't know how to explain. I don't think my story to tell,
Yeah,
but
boring, bro. Come on.
true. All we do is work and walk and work.
Walk.
Well, Austin, you have any goofy stories you could tell?
No.
I can barely keep my eyes open.
Cry about it.
I think we end it here, boys.
Is this it? I think we need an
Yeah.
agreement for Austin too. We have Austin. Do you agree about this?
The first podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna be YouTubers.
I think we need a signature here, boys. I think we need the terms and services to sign.
We're gonna look back at this for 5 years from now. We're gonna have 10 million subscribers.
I don't know if this will even be a podcast, but earlier we're talking about, we planned a while ago we should all move into a house together after we're 18, because we're almost 18. We're like, I'm a few months from being 18, so
Yeah, same.
This is
I'm
our-
like 5.
yeah. This is our last year of high school too, so we can actually buy yeah, Keystones.
Yeah, the Keystones are gonna fuck us. Well, me and Gage at least. But
Yeah, Austin's just a sweaty nerd.
yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I wasn't paying attention.
Alright, so if you guys want any other content, just let us know.
Yes.
We can do gaming. We could do, I don't know, a music video.
We can make a
Just
song.
join
I could make a Twitter for this, or we can start a Discord server and we could.
Yeah.
Put
We
that in
should
the
definitely
description.
do gaming content now. I
Yes.
think people would like that. We get face cams.
I mean,
Like all of us just playing one game.
if they enjoyed the podcast, they could, and they want it, they could
It's
leave a
kind of
comment.
tough, bro. It's the first podcast, so
Yeah, that's
we'll get
that's,
better at it.
that's even
we'll
if they
get
hear
better.
this part.
Yeah.
They might only hear the first 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah, they definitely kicked off already.
Well, I guess that's GG's for the mental cast, to be honest. I think for the end of the video, everyone listening has to agree to the terms and services that this is the end too. I think.
Yeah.
Sign. You should probably get your parents to sign it too to see if it's safe for you to continue before we end. Well,
Well, let us know down in the comments if you actually watch this far. Make sure you
We're
like,
watching.
subscribe, you know?
like, subscribe, and
Notifications on.
if I can post this to Spotify, that could be there too. So, possibly listen to that.
Like a TikTok we promote on TikTok, bro.
If it's
Yeah.
not there, then I would say we can post it to Spotify.
Discord.
I don't know.
Discord server.
Yeah, there'll definitely be a Discord server in this comments and, or in the no, I'm retarded. I mean description. So there will be, yeah, there will be a Discord server and I would also make a Twitter. I'll make it. You know, I'll be the guy. And for Spotify listeners to I think if I can, it would just be the mental cast for the username. If not, it'll be something different.
Will be if we can get it.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Mail tabs.
All right, boys. Well, I'm guessing.
I'm out.
You all out now. Yes, sir.